Hello everyone, Caracas here. I know it's been quite a while since I've been on screen, but I thought it would be a great opportunity to bring back this kind of videos with a PES 2018 wishlist video. I'm not sure if it's proper to call this a wish list. It's more a list of things that I really would like to see added in the game, changed or whatever. We'll get into details very soon. Because first of all we have to talk about some dates, or rather try to predict them. The game hasn't been announced yet, but as we know it should be really announced pretty soon. Last year it was announced on May 25th if I recall correctly, so definitely towards the end of this month, before the Champions League final. That's usually when they announce the game. Now, as a PC gamer, the biggest announcement surrounding this game for me would be for them to release a current gen port on the PC, an Xbox One, PS4 port to the PC, and just stop with the last gen very poor ports. It's about time. We've suffered enough, I think. And if they would announce that, that would definitely be huge news for me. And then the release date, I think, as always, it should come out sometime around September. I was actually thinking about September 15, since it's going to be on a Friday. And I think a couple of days ago or something like that, NBA 2K18 has been announced for that exact same release date. So I don't know if that is still possible, but definitely sometime around September. Now back to the PC next gen version, or current gen. I'm not sure what people still call next gen. I prefer current gen because these consoles have been out for quite a while. But anyway, we have some rumors. As always, you know, you could say, when didn't we have rumors in the past 2 years? If I recall correctly, I think 2015 has been the first game released on current gen consoles, and since then, every single year before the announcement of the game, we talked about, oh, maybe now PC will be next gen, current gen, whatever. But this year things are a bit different. I've read on some forums, I've read on some articles saying that this time the sources saying that the PC will finally be next gen are a little bit more reliable. I'm not sure about that, but as I said in the beginning of this video, truly hope this is going to be true, and we will finally get a great port for the PC version. Because here's the thing, the modding community is great. It's not dying, even though they've treated us the way they've treated us lately. But you know, if they would just announce this, I'm sure it would bring just so much excitement and enthusiasm in the modding community. And I think, you know, with the game being a little bit more advanced, both graphically and in the gameplay department, I'm sure that there will be more options, and modders will have maybe more tools and more things to exploit. And just, I'm sure the patches and the mods for this game, if it's going to be current gen, I think they will be just fantastic. And after all, at the end of the day, what I truly want is for PES 2018 to look like a game that's actually released in 2017. That's all I want. And that's first and foremost. But not only that, it also has to play like a game released this year. And since I've started with graphics, I would like to see the lighting improved. In my opinion, the lighting in PES 2014 has been just superb, both during the daytime and nighttime. I don't know, it just looks so realistic, and it's funny. I don't know what happened. PES 2014, with all its problems with laggy frame rates and delays and whatever, all those problems that it had, the graphics were amazing. And then in 2015 they downgraded the graphics for all versions. I'm not talking only about the PC version. They downgraded the graphics overall, and I don't know, it suddenly looked more cartoonish. Still kind of realistic, but kind of cartoonish at the same time. I'm not sure how to explain this, but if you've played every single game year after year, you know what I'm talking about. PES 2014 got really close to looking very realistic, as it should, and then they downgraded and improved over time since 2015. So I think if they would improve lighting first of all, that would definitely give us a sense of realism and improve the graphics, and also the shade of the pitch, the color of the pitch could be a little bit more lively. And once again, PES 2014 reference point, I personally think this game has looked the best in that iteration. Furthermore, I hope they will add more time and weather options. I hope we at least get an afternoon option, because come on, a lot of games are played during the afternoon, especially now in the spring and the summer. You know, you have friendly matches, you have all that kind of stuff, and it's nice to play with a little bit bigger shade on the pitch and the sun just managing to get through. You know what I'm talking about. That is missing, but of course, even better than that, I would like to see a time setting option, just like in FIFA, when you can choose the exact hour that the match will begin. But if they don't put that in, I hope it's about time we get an afternoon option, because playing only on day and night time, it just gets boring after a while. So you will see that throughout this video. What I'll reference the most is diversity and just many more options, versatility, I think. So besides that, I hope we will get more weather options. Once again, look at FIFA. They have a great selection of options, very diverse. They have rain, they have showers, there's fog, there's snow, which has been missing since I don't even remember. I think, did we even have snow in PES 2008, or has it been missing since PES 6? No, I think we had snow. I think it's been missing since 2012 or 2013. We definitely need snow. Okay, we might only play, let's say, 8-10 matches the most during winter time, or no, maybe 15, somewhere around there. Less matches anyway than during the spring, autumn and summer. But still, we need snow. Why not have snow when you're working with such a great engine like the Fox engine? Why not have snow when it's a part of real life, when it would just bring so much more realism to the game and so much immersion? And moving on to gameplay, I'll just go all over the place. I might come back to graphics or gameplay later on. But now moving on to gameplay, I hope we will see more animations added. 2017 has been a great improvement in that aspect. We've had more animations. The keepers are finally doing their job. The keepers are much better. They are reacting better. They are stopping sometimes shots that seem impossible to stop, and sometimes they make mistakes and giving goals that should have been saved. So that is realistic. You know, you might get angry at them, you might say, what have you done? But at the end of the day, you say those things when watching a match in real life too. It happens. Mistakes happen. You know, it's just something common. But in terms of animations, they've done a good job. So I think adding even more animations for this year's game would just make the game feel even more realistic and more natural. That's what we need, like micro animations when you're stopping the ball, when you're turning around. They really have to try and get rid of all that foot sliding, and you know, even when tackling, there should be more movement. It should feel fluent and natural, as I said. And to contribute to that, we need less loading times. And I'm not talking about when you are starting the match after, you know, setting up the team and the stadium and all those options, and you select start match. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're making a substitution. There's just too many fades in and outs. Look at FIFA. They have a lot of cutscenes, and this is something I'll talk about in just a moment. They have a lot of cutscenes, you know, and only the intro, if you let it play all throughout, lasts about 3 minutes, you know, and sometimes you really don't have the patience for that, okay? I understand that, and you want to skip it, but in FIFA, when you're skipping it, it just jumps straight away to the next thing. In PES, you know, you still have those frame freezes. It's not as common and as annoying as it was in 2016 and 15 especially, but they are still there. And I don't think, you know, time should be stopped and frame freezes and it fades out to black and then fades in and you see the substitution. We shouldn't see those things, okay? Let's say that the ball goes out for a throw-in and a substitution is about to take place. Just switch the camera to where the substitution is taking place, to the sideline. Don't add all these fades in because it just breaks the immersion, and FIFA does a great job at doing that, and it really gives for a very realistic TV broadcast feeling. You know, just switch the camera angle, switch the camera, don't add loading screens, and so on and so on. Replays have been improved as well. They're not slow anymore, and honestly, since I bought the game in September and until now, and I am of course talking about when I am playing the game on my own, because anyway, for all my videos I don't skip replays for the immersion factor, as I was talking about, but when I'm playing on my own, I really am not skipping. I think I'm only skipping 10-15% of the replays. I'll give them credit for that. They've done a very good job with replays this year. They're not slow, they are watchable once again, and I also love the fact that the and this was actually my wishlist video last year. I love the fact that they added a button to go into the replay mode if you want to watch it more slowly from a different angle, if you want to save it, you know, and it's not like it was before. It would show you 2 replays and then automatically take it there. No, it just continues with the match, so they've done a good job. I think they should keep it the same, and maybe, like I said, add a little bit more variety, add a few more angles, maybe show more reactions after a miss, after scoring a goal in the replays. I'm talking, you know, when you get a replay of the celebration, maybe show something else. Oh, something really cool actually would be to see a few shots in like really super slow motion. You know what I'm talking about. You see these big matches, like the Champions League final, the Europa League final, the El Clasico. You have a lot of stuff happening on the pitch that you might miss on regular TV broadcast camera, and then you have a replay on that in slow motion. And let's say you're making a nice skill move, you're providing a great pass, or you're making a terrible tackle. I think it would be really nice to see that super slow motion replay at least, you know, 2-3 times in a game. Really immersive once again. We should also see less scripted events and animations. I am talking about, I don't even know where to start with this. When you're losing the ball and you can't get it back, although you're just like 2 feet away and you could just run and get the ball back, but maybe you are locked with the defender, or for some reason your player is down and he doesn't get up quick enough, and you're losing possession. It's so annoying because you're losing possession unfairly when you're sure you could do something. That's because of scripting, and once again, micro animations. Like if you're running with the ball and you're slipping, you should just losing straight away. You should just get up, try to get up quickly and regain possession, stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about. We should have, you know, better transitions between the animations, and also I don't know how this could be implemented, but it would be nice to be able to choose between headers and regular kicking, because many times I am getting across a good one, I am in a good position, and I want to take a shot to kick the ball, and for some reason he just, you know, I'm sure you've seen this animation, they just go for a diving header, or they head the ball, and it's not powerful enough, and you don't even bother the keeper, let alone score. So I don't know, maybe contextual stuff could contribute to this, and better AI, so that your player decides what's best to do now, kick it or head it. You know, I've seen great headers being scored in the game, don't get me wrong. Headers have been a huge problem alongside goalkeepers in the past games, but in PES 2017 I've seen some great headers being scored. It's just that sometimes they are heading it instead of kicking the ball, and should have scored. So I think that should be changed as well. And talking about cutscenes and more variety, you know, I would like to see, and I'll put a preview somewhere around here, because right now you are seeing In the background, I didn't say, but maybe you've realized you are seeing Become a Legend footage. But yeah, I would like to see more events, better stadium atmosphere. Let's say you get real close-up shots of the fans after scoring a goal, and you see their reaction, and maybe you score a late goal and you have some fans going absolutely crazy. I would like to see that, not in a replay, but straight away after scoring. Put that kind of stuff in between the players celebrating, and just get a view of the reaction of the stadium, and also have maybe also see disappointing fans when you concede, or the disappointing fans of the opposing team which you scored against. That would be great. And I think we should have more banners. Maybe try to, I don't know, we've seen that viral social media campaign against Arsene Wenger, and maybe just contextual stuff. Maybe something happens and you'll see banners. Maybe, I don't know, you're playing against your rivals and it's the second match in the season. In the previous match you've trashed them, and you have fans being ironic with their banners and all that stuff. I think that would be great, really immersive. And maybe also get news, sort of a news broadcast after the matches. I would love to see this. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but once again, we're talking about the Fox engine. We're talking about a very, very good game engine, a game engine capable of so many things, and I still feel like they're not utilizing it to its full potential. So I would love to see like interviews after a match. Maybe you're playing Master League, so you're seeing an interview with yourself, the manager. Maybe you're playing Become a Legend and you're seeing an interview with the player that you're controlling. But yeah, just it would be really nice. And maybe not recorded dialogue, because that'll be pretty difficult to make, and they have to record like a lot of lines to not be repetitive. But at least have the cutscene with the reporters, the player or manager, like I said, after the match or before the match, I don't know, just giving an interview and at least give 3 lines of text down there, something like that. Just add more immersion. I really want to feel like watching a football match when playing this game. I don't know, call me weird, but that's just what I would like to see. And the thing is that this has been in the game before, in PES 2013. We keep mentioning that game. Why? Because it had a lot of great cutscenes, it had interviews, it had a lot of great stuff that really made it immersive. Just remember in Master League, when between the game dates, you would see your team in the menu, you would see your team on the training pitch, training real hard, having a talk with the manager. That's great stuff that I hope they will bring back and add in this year's game. Also, another immersive factor would be, I'll put another image somewhere around here. In PES 6, I'm sure you remember this, in PES 6 you could choose the attendance. You could have more home fans, more away fans, you could have an even number and have a very low attendance. And if they don't add this, I would love to see that, the possibility of choosing the attendance yourself. But if they don't add this, I think they should diversify the attendance. And let's say you're having a poor season, you're dropping lower and low on the table, you will see less fans in the stadium. Or let's say that maybe you're playing a cup match during the week against a lower ranked team, and it's a match that's not so interesting, it's like a sure win or something like that. Have a lower attendance, just diversify, because it's really annoying. Actually, it really annoys me to see the stadium packed at every single match. Look at this, Become a Legend. I'm playing for Leganes in my Become a Legend series, and we're down in the table, and at every single match the stadium is packed. Okay, it's great to have very loyal fans, but still, we know that every club has a small loyal number of fans that always remain close to the team and attend the matches, and the rest of the just supporters, Sunday football watchers, they're usually coming when the team is performing well, when the team is winning trophies, stuff like that. So I think this should be reflected in the game as well. And once again, I'm not sure. I haven't played the Xbox One or PS4 version, so I'm not sure if some of the things that I'm talking about are there or not. I'm talking about only about the PC version, and those things are lacking. And I'm actually, the stadium attendance thing, I'm sure, is lacking in the current gen versions of the game as well. And once again, coming back to replays, we should have more customizable cameras, more options, not only angle and height, you know, maybe trailing, where we should have a crane camera, more stuff to choose from. If you're using the Cider tool, you know what I'm talking about. You can customize some really great camera angles, but I think that kind of stuff should be in the game itself. Also, another very immersive thing, coin toss, you know, captain talk before the match. Why is that not in the game? I can't understand. FIFA has it, it had it for a long time now, and PES is lacking it. Why? Show, like I said, even if it lasts longer, the intro cutscene, you could just keep that, and if you're making seamless, fluid skip actions, that's not a problem. You know, if you take out all those loading screens and frame freezes, it wouldn't be a problem to have longer cutscenes for the people who want to skip them. But why? I don't understand. Why not have the captains walking up to the middle of the pitch with the referee? You see them tossing the coin, choosing the size, whatever. They're shaking hands, just like it would take like a few seconds, 10-20 seconds, I don't know. Why not have that? It's very realistic, it's very immersive, and it should be in the game. After all, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, it is 2017. We should have higher standards for gaming. Another thing, I hope that we will see goal line technology. It's been in FIFA since 16. I don't want to be wrong, but certainly it is in 17. We've seen that. There are already quite a few leagues that are using it, and there are some very controversial goals, or sometimes the ball is bouncing out of the sideline, and I think it could have been a goal and it's not awarded, and I think it could have been a goal, and I'm not sure because I can't, they don't have goal line technology. I can't see a replay with that kind of technology, so that should be in the game as well. Again, very realistic, very immersive. I hope they'll bring back the face scanner as well. That's been in PES 2012 and 13. That's been a great feature for editing, in case you've wanted to add a face for a player that wasn't in the game yet, or just have fun with the fictional teams and add your face and faces of your family and friends and whatever. Just add any kind of face you want to any player in the game. I think that would be really cool. And also, besides that, the kit import feature should be added for the PC version as well, because that is something I know exists for certain, and I think it only exists for the PS4. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if the Xbox One has it as well. I think only the PS4, where you get the texture image, only the image, nothing else, only the texture image imported in the game, and it is correctly applied to the kit of the team you're modifying. I think that would be great. It would make editing much easier. And of course, I'm talking about, like I always say in my wishlist videos, I'm creating my fictional league, my fictional teams, and that will make it so much easier. So surely when you're downloading a complete patch, you're just installing that, and it automatically applies. You get real kits for the fictional, the teams that are not licensed actually, and all that. And it's not a hassle. But for someone editing fictional teams himself and making fictional teams with the unlicensed teams and all that, it would be a great tool. It would just make it so much easier to customize the kits and add them to the game. Physics should be improved as well. I mean, they are non-existent in the PC version, the last gen versions. Besides the net, the kits are not moving, the hair is not moving, and this is absurd. Like I said, once again, mentioning PES 2013, but I'm doing this because it had that. Back then, if you had a player with longer hair, his hair would move, even if just a little bit, but you know, that's understandable back then. It was a more limiting engine, I think. But this is the Fox engine, come on. Look at Metal Gear and you see how the clothes are moving, the hair is moving, it's very realistic. And once again, another absurd thing that I've mentioned in my past wishlist videos is that when PES had this stuff, FIFA didn't, and I was criticizing FIFA for being, oh, it's not realistic, the models, the players are looking like dolls. And then when FIFA added the hair movement and the kid movement and made it very, very nice and realistic, PES completely got rid of it, and I don't understand. PES 2014, I love the kid physics in PES 2014. Certainly, the kids nowadays aren't as baggy as in the 90s, let's say, but still there is some movement, especially when the players are running, when they are jumping or stuff like that. We should have it in the game. Look at NBA 2K, wonderful kid physics, very, very realistic. Another nice thing that is in FIFA would be to see Lego celebrations with the substitutions, the players who are warming up on the sideline. You know, you score a late winner or late equalizer, and you're dragging the match into extra time. I would like to be able to run with my player towards the subs and just jump there and have a fun party time there, hug them, and stuff like that. Maybe even go to the crowd that's already in there, but it's just two situations. You have a close-up with them high-fiving or shaking hands, I don't even realize what that is, with the crowd, or you have the other one from a photo away angle with the team allowing from the crowd waving and whatnot. Yeah, okay, it would have worked if this was a 2006-7 game 10 years ago. It would have worked, but now this is the era of realism, and I think that would be great. And also another thing that really bugs me is that for the unlicensed leagues, and which leagues do they actually have fully licensed? I think the Eredivisie and the League One, the French league, and I didn't even play those. I'm not sure if you have celebrations with the trophy at the end of the season. All the unlicensed leagues have celebrations at the end of the season without a trophy, and there's no sense of accomplishment. The last match or the match where you officially become a champion, there are just a few shots of the players, they're clapping and waving and, oh yeah, we're champions, big deal. No, even if it's just a small fictional cup, I want to see it in the game. I want to see the players lifting it. Why not have a celebration with the manager, throwing him up and just getting medals, and just have a bigger celebration when I win the title. Make me feel like I fought for it, like I deserve it, like I am a champion. I don't feel like a champion when winning certain leagues in the champion in PES. Certainly they have the Champions League, they have the Europa League trophies and celebrations and all that, but that is because they are fully licensed. For the unlicensed teams and leagues, they are neglecting that, and they shouldn't. Add a little celebration with the trophy. I would love to see that. Speaking about licenses, I won't talk much about this because I've said that I would like to see a lot of leagues in the past wishlist videos, and they weren't added, and it's very, very complicated. I know that. So I really don't know which kind of new league we could see added in the game. But I think the thing that they will do, it's something that worked very well for them in PES 2017. I think they will get more partner clubs. Right now they have Borussia Dortmund, they have Liverpool, they have Arsenal and Barcelona. These four teams. I think they will try to get more official partners this year. I don't know, maybe Roma, maybe, I don't know. The thing is that the partner clubs that FIFA got last year are exclusively signed to FIFA, so that's why we didn't see Juventus in last year's game. That's why we didn't see Real Madrid. It's been a huge hit for Konami, but I'm sure they will try to get more partners, and it'll be great. It worked very well, like I said, and I'm sure it will work very well for PES 2018 as well. And I think this is what they will try to do, and also retain the Champions League and Europa League licenses, because those are the reason this game is still selling, or the main reason that this game is still selling, because they've implemented the Champions League and the Europa League very well, You can play those tournaments separately. They are added in your Master League or League mode. They're very well implemented, and surely they will try to retain that. Those are very important two licenses for this franchise. And also, I've read something, I can't source this because I didn't save the article, and actually there's only been a couple of articles that I've read. They were written in the German language. I had to translate them with Google Translate, so of course it wasn't a very good translation, but from what I've gathered, from what I've managed to understand, is that the German League has changed its licensing procedure, meaning that starting from 2018, next year, so that is FIFA 19 and PES 2019, starting from next year, the Bundesliga won't be exclusively licensed in video games. That means that this could be PES's chance finally to get the Bundesliga fully licensed in the game, and they could share it with FIFA. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a very nice start, something that the fans have wanted for so long, since longer than 10 years ago. I think it would be a great addition if they can do this, but like I said, I'm not sure how official this is. I'm not sure if I fully understood everything. Might be just a rumor. Even if it's something official, I might have not understood it fully, but still, if it's a possibility from next year, I think they should fully take advantage of this opportunity and would really make PES more marketable, I guess. Also, in the ending, I haven't played much multiplayer, but I'm planning to play more multiplayer in this summer, after all the football leagues that I'm covering on this channel will come to an end. The season is fastly coming to an end. So maybe even starting from the end of this month, but from June certainly I will start live streaming and play multiplayer as I've promised. I want to try out my club and play a lot of my club, so hopefully you will join me in that as well. But I think multiplayer, as I said, even if I haven't played that much, should be improved. I've read a lot of opinions, and I've also struggled myself sometimes to find opponents. The match would often be disconnected, stuff like that. There is still work to be done on multiplayer, and I hope they will work on it, because it is worth it. It is worth it. It is something that a lot of players are spending a lot of time, and also it is where most of their money comes from. So, you know, gotta fix something that is bringing you a lot of revenue. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm sure I missed a lot of points, but just, you know them, the overall things that have to be improved: gameplay, single player modes, multiplayer as well, more editing options. We still haven't seen the free lines, as Adidas have changed since last year, and that was in my 2017 wishlist video. They didn't add that, so we definitely need more options in the edit modes. Yeah, that's about it. I'm sure, like I said, that I've missed a lot of points, but I want to hear your opinions as well. So feel free, and please drop a comment down below stating what you would like to see improved, added, changed, removed. Just share your thoughts down there, and I'm very interested to read them and comment with you guys on this situation. Yeah, we've reached the end of this video. Thank you for sitting through it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you agree with most of the points. If not, like I said, feel free to correct me or say your own thought down in the comments. I am awaiting this game's announcement. As I said in the beginning of the video, it should come very soon. Hopefully we will get great news, us the PC players, and I will cover that announcement, and I hope I'll have a lot of reasons to be excited about. Let's hope for a great year. Let's hope we'll see this game at E3, and we'll get a lot of gameplay previews and trailers and just get excited. Let's just hope for a great game towards the end of the year. So once again, thank you for watching. Like this video if you have enjoyed it, and leave your comments down below. I will read them all. I hope to see you again next time, and until then, take care.